Hello, Cult Lords fans out in Cult Lords world. I've got something to tempt you today.
Ooh.
How about 2 tickets to paradise?
I've got 2 tickets to paradise.
2 tickets to paradise?
I've got 2 tickets to paradise to give to any one of our Cult Lords viewers that would like to go to Bali, Indonesia, and watch George Clooney and Julia Roberts in this movie, which is called Ticket to Paradise. Dang.
Be funny if it was a totally different thing.
Yes. Which
called
is Gravity. No, just kidding. All right, so it's Ticket to Paradise with George Clooney, Julia Roberts, and not typically our kind of fare movie, right?
No, it is not.
Well,
you recommended it, dude.
You watch it more than I do.
Yeah.
Rom-coms, that is. But I was like, let's got
once
this one out.
Yeah.
A-listers, let's check it out.
Check it out. I think it got some good buzz. Well, the 2 of them in a movie. I don't think they've never done a movie before together. So, right? What am I forgetting?
Ocean's 11.
Oh,
hello.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
There's so many people in that movie, though. I wouldn't say they were together.
But they were a couple. They were a couple.
That's true. They revisited it from a couple standpoint.
Now your memory is being
But it was
jogged.
a minor storyline.
Big storyline in that. So, all right. Well,
you're skipping the other 10 people in that movie.
Well, there's a lot of other people, but their relationship was paramount to, I think the first 2. So, yeah. So, all right. Ticket to Paradise. Couple of things. Number 1, what are we drinking, Dane?
Oh, we are drinking Peach Crown Royale. Like I said, comes previously. Nice bag. Crown Royale Peach. We actually recommend this a lot. Peach flavored whiskey. It's tasty, but you're going to mix it into a cocktail usually. But you can take it straight.
Yeah. So that's what we are having to drink. And we are asking that all of our viewers go down and subscribe. Hit the like button. And then tell us in the comments what you thought.
That's right.
Of Ticket to Paradise.
Smash land on that subscription button. And we do want to say, spoiler alert! Yes. We're going into them. So if you have not watched this movie, pause us, go back, watch, come back, and then say, yes, we agree or disagree with everything we've said and put it in the comments.
There you go. There you go. You got the... And just to let you know, neither one of us played the video game of this before. No, I'm just kidding.
Was there a game? I didn't even know.
I'm just kidding.
We're not the gamers?
No. That's our spiel on The Last of Us. And if you're watching that show, make sure to go watch our weekly review roundups. So
yeah, if you like zombies.
Yep.
Especially another angle on a zombie apocalypse.
Yep.
Never seen it before.
There you go.
Recommend it.
All right, Dane.
Yes.
So typically we like to start off our movie reviews with the Cult Lords ratings, which are very, very important. Hollywood key Hollywood execs are out there waiting to hear what we thought about their movies. So, but before we do that, I always like to tell you the Rotten Tomatoes scores. And this time I'm going to have you guess. What do you think the critics gave this movie?
55.
55. Good guess. What do you think the audience gave this movie?
79.
79. All right. The actual Cult Lords ratings are...
Well, the Rotten Tomato ratings.
Or, yes, Rotten Tomato ratings. Big difference. Rotten Tomatoes ratings, the critics gave it a 57%.
Whoa.
You said 55, right?
Yep.
All right.
That's close.
All right.
These are complete guesses. We do our best to not see these scores from Rotten Tomatoes.
And what did you say the audience gave
79.
it? 79. All right. The audience gave it an 87%.
Oh, I was off.
87%. By about 8% there.
Okay.
So, audience liked it a whole lot more than the critics.
Yeah.
Which, for this kind of movie, very
understandable.
Very predictable. So, all right. But the most important thing is, what did the Cult Lords think of this? So why don't we get our Cult Lords ratings?
Get them primed.
Get them primed.
Priming it.
Get them ready to roar. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm.
Snake bite to the brain.
Yeah, Road to Bali.
Yeah. So
6.7.
I actually like this movie. I actually like this movie better than you did.
I know, which is surprising.
Very surprising. I thought it was pretty good. Pretty entertaining. It was formulaic. You knew what was going to happen. You knew that they weren't going to get on that plane at the end and leave. That wasn't the end of the movie. You knew they were going to get back together. And it was so predictable. But it was, to me, it was kind of a lighthearted, fun journey all the way to get there. So, what did you think of it, Dane?
Yes, on some of that. I thought the acting was really well done. I mean, the interplay between the two of them.
About graduating seniors.
You gotta be kidding me.
Guess this is my seat, as you haven't had a date since Lily was in braces.
At least when I do date, it's age appropriate.
The only thing, this is where I fell apart on it, is that I thought it was totally unrealistic. I mean,
Yeah.
two people are going to fight like that forever, and then their daughter is actually normal?
Yeah.
I mean, that didn't make any sense. And then the other side of it is that pissed me off is that she goes through all this schooling, completes her law degree, graduates, and then throws it all out the window because I'm going to become a weed farmer out in Bali.
Here, yeah, weed farmer.
Water's warm.
Oh. Okay.
Here's the little thing. She just graduated from college.
I thought it was from law school.
No.
Yeah, she said she was going to be a lawyer. Just had to do the pass the bar.
So when I was looking at some stuff on IMDb, it said like trivia, and it said she graduated from like the University of something college, getting her 4-year degree, and then she thought she was going to come back and do law, which that is impossible because she hasn't gone to law school yet.
Right, and she said, I think at least twice in the movie, somebody said, "Oh," she said, "I'm going to be a lawyer," and then she's like, "As long as I pass the bar." I mean,
Right.
so maybe she was like talking about way in the way, but
Yeah.
I thought she was ready to go to be a lawyer. So they messed that up if that was not.
They did.
But still.
Yeah,
it
but
just
that was-
makes me so mad when you like get your, you do all this work, you get your degree, and then you're just like, nope, out the window.
But Dane,
Yeah.
love changes all courses.
Love stings.
She never thought love was an equation in her life
Yeah.
until she meets this guy. And in 5 minutes, when, they're about to drown and he comes and rescues them, she knew it was love at first sight.
All I see is one super hot boat guy.
Right?
Well, they weren't about to drown, but he just happens to have his boat around.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So-
they were going to have to swim back to shore.
Yeah, there was a lot of it in this movie that you're like, all right. Like, he later loses his boat because he doesn't
Yeah.
tie. Okay, it was funny, but then it was like, we're stranded here.
Well-
no one will
Well,
pick us up.
Well, George Clooney was responsible
Yeah,
inside the
right.
boat.
He
Okay,
tied
yeah.
he made that mistake. There was a lot of that, like,
I tied it to a log.
You did tie my boat up.
Yeah, I tied it to a log. That's not good.
logs floating out
Yeah.
there with him. But then it's like, we'll be here for days, kind of like we're stranded. And then the next day, of course, people on mopeds show up. And you're
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
That was no stranding. You guys were literally like in someone's backyard and you didn't
Yeah.
even know it.
Yeah, and I'm sure the son-in-law, I think his name is Gede. Gede? Gede? Is that his name?
I don't remember his name. It was definitely a Bali-ish name.
Yeah.
Geed, yeah.
Yeah.
Geed.
He told his family where he was taking them.
Right.
He doesn't show up overnight. They're going to come looking.
Never mind a floating boat in the ocean.
Yeah.
No one's gonna notice an empty boat. Like the Coast Guard's not gonna pick it
Yeah,
up. I mean, I know
I
they're in
agree.
Bali, so maybe there's no Coast Guard.
Yeah, I agree, but you know what? It's all for the movie.
I would agree if they tried it once, but the problem is they did this multiple times.
Yeah.
You didn't see bugs, you didn't see snakes, you didn't see exotic animals, and then they go to the cursed place, and what's his name? The pilot gets bitten by a snake when no one else got bitten,
Yeah.
And then the other part the big problem I have with this is a guy that's a commercial pilot, trained to fly like a big jet. He acts like the biggest, kind kind of doofus the whole
Yeah.
time. Like, what? This guy is not a pilot.
And there she is.
Paul.
Paul?
I know you love a surprise.
Oh,
I know you do.
looks like someone upgraded.
Yeah, and like, you could tell Julia Roberts wasn't in love with him. She was
Right.
just dating him, you know what I mean? But, I don't know.
He was eye candy, that's for sure,
Yeah.
for all the ladies out there.
Yeah.
He is actually a major character on Emily in Paris. So it was very funny seeing him in this completely different role.
Yeah.
And
No, there was a point in this movie where I thought, uh-oh, are they going to go there? I thought for a second when George Clooney was at the bar with her best friend
I thought that too.
that they might hook up.
I thought that was where it was going.
Yeah.
And then he's like another one. He takes one drink and he's like, all right, I'm gone. See ya.
Yep. See you tomorrow.
He pounds on the bar, by
Yeah.
the way, twice.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I thought that was
Right.
kind of funny.
That
so.
was a
But
weird
but did
scene.
you laugh like throughout the thing? I mean, with little delightful.
The only time I
sat there.
really thought it was funny is when they were doing the beer pong thing and the dancing.
Yeah, but that was a manufactured moment to get laughs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't. I mean, there was just so much, like, to me, hokiness. There was just, I don't know. My wife even thought, did you notice they said 39 days later? You know, at the beginning when
Yeah.
then it says 39 days later, then that's when they go back and they to Julia and George, and they're like, oh, this is when they found out for the first time. My wife's like, oh, she's pregnant. And of course she wasn't, but it was like, that was like, why did they pick such a weird, like, 39 days later? It didn't make any sense, and she thought, oh, you know, it was tied into that somehow.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
So did your wife like it?
No, she was kind of equally as like, this is... And I remember thinking when I was done with this movie, because I knew we were doing this review, I'm like, would I want to watch this again? And I was like, no. Whereas I've watched a lot of romantic comedies multiple times.
I don't know if I'd want to watch it again, but like for the
I've probably seen
1 hour and 45 minutes that I was sitting there watching it, I was entertained.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
I
now you
was.
got to do it in the right voice.
Well,
Isn't it Bane that says that?
Are you
not entertained?
no, it was Gladiator when he was
I
doing
think
his
Bane
first.
said something like that too.
He might have said something like that, but
'Cause you
Gladiator definitely said
You
it.
can do a good Bane.
No, I don't want to do Bane right now, but no, I mean, you know what? I wonder if Bane said that too, but I know for a fact Gladiator said that.
Okay.
So, so yeah, I mean, the only thing is, I had heard a rumor before seeing this that Julia Roberts had a hard time filming this because she and George Clooney were not getting along on set.
Oh.
So, like, the whole time I was watching this, I was like, can I see any friction or any sort of hint that they're not getting
Right.
along? You know, they, you know, for being kind of romantically involved at the very end, they did kind of keep their distance. They didn't really do too much,
Right.
you know,
Well, they were supposed to be
at
at
each other's
odds
yeah.
the whole entire
Yeah.
time, which, again, I thought was okay. You know, you
Yeah.
go up to a point, but really nonstop like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I see her because he's known as a big prankster on set,
Right.
and I
Right.
bet she's not. And she,
Right.
you know,
But see, like, they've worked in at least two movies together
Right.
before. So she would know how this guy is. If she was going to act with him, she had eyes wide open going into this
right.
movie.
Well,
so.
they both were probably like, what? Because by the way, it was filmed in Australia.
Australia.
Yeah, I'm like, they're both what? Free tickets to Australia?
Yeah.
Great hangout, bring the family, and we gotta
Right.
film once in a while.
Yeah.
So, I was kind of surprised they didn't film it in Bali. That seemed weird to me. Like, if you're gonna make it like your whole entire thing is Bali,
It's probably cheaper to film in Australia.
yeah, I'm sure they get some tax breaks in Australia.
Yeah, I bet this is all about making money. So, I mean, it's done. It was a budget of $68 million, and so far worldwide it's made $170 million.
Oh,
So,
well, it's understandable.
yeah, that's
Cheap-
before streaming and, physical media. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think we're going to see Tickets to Paradise 2.
No,
At least I hope not.
no.
So,
And was this based on a book? I kind of had a feeling like it was.
I don't know. I thought they were going to do a Mamma Mia kind of thing.
Well, and that was another thing my
Yeah.
wife pointed out. This is like, she's like, especially in the beginning sequences, she's like, this is Mamma Mia. It's like two.
Well, I've never seen Mamma Mia,
Oh,
so
well, that's why you didn't connect to this because Mamma Mia is very similar. There's
Right.
a woman who goes and meets a guy, and then all the older parents and divorcees all have to come to this same Italian, villa and have this big fighting. But I mean, there was, and the thing I will say, this movie did do a good job was when they did the close, more personal moments, and George had his at the bar.
Same thing happens in every relationship. When it started out, it was unreal. Then it got real.
Where the camera kind of came in, and he
Yeah.
was talking about the first time they, they were going to buy that place at the lake.
Yes.
And I had to listen to it a couple times because I was confused because it was like, and then the place burned down. I'm like, well, wait a minute.
Well, he
where-
just said that though.
right.
It never did.
What?
It never did. He told Julia Roberts that it burned down, so she always thought that was out of the picture. But he didn't sell the land, or that's what it was. He didn't sell the land.
sell the land, but it
Yeah.
burned down. But he also built it.
Yeah.
It was very subtle that he built it, but then it was just like weird that the way it was done. But anyways, I thought the way he was delivering it was good, and then she had a lot of her personal moments too.
If I stayed with you, maybe one day I would not recognize myself at all. That was a mistake. Not you.
Meanwhile, this was a huge commercial for Indonesia, although we find out it's Australia later on.
Right.
But like, man, I was wanting to book my tickets right there, get my passport out, say I want to go there. So
Right. The other thing too is I thought the soundtrack could have been better. Like I think that would have helped the movie if they actually had gone out and got some like specific songs. But this one was kind of generic songs the whole time. It was,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure they didn't want to pay the money to to get the rights for these songs, but
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, ultimately, it's supposed to be really a romance between George Clooney and what's her name, but there really wasn't any payoff on it in the sense other than them jumping in the water together at the end.
yeah. I kind of figured there was going to be a double wedding. In fact, I think in our trailer reaction we predicted that. Actually, we kind of predicted this movie in our trailer reaction, but
I'm gonna have to go rewatch that.
I know. Yeah, we'll have to rewatch that. But I still had fun. I watched this one with my parents. I was over there having dinner with them. They're like, "You want to watch a movie?" And we're like, "Sure." So we watched Ticket to Paradise. So
Well,
they liked it.
Shotgun Wedding is kind of in the same ballpark of a jungle type thing, but it seems like they've taken it to a whole nother level.
But we
in
haven't seen
another
that one
direction.
yet,
We haven't
so.
seen that, but I'm looking forward to that one. This one I was kind of like, it should be a lighthearted comedy, and
So you're saying Julia Roberts, J-Lo, and you're saying J-Lo wins out.
Well, wouldn't that go up higher if J-Lo wins out?
No, because she's heavier. She's got the behind, right?
She's got to be. Oh, that's what you
No,
mean.
no. Yeah, wouldn't you want, if you were putting gold in two things, wouldn't you want the one that goes down?
I don't know. I wasn't looking at it like you were saying. I thought you were like, it's like one of those. Which one wins? Well, wins usually goes higher. You're looking at it the other way. I didn't think about it from a weight standpoint.
I'm thinking of a weight standpoint.
Oh yeah.
Who's the heavyweight? So I don't know. All right. Well, I want to know which way it goes for the Cult Lords. Once you go down and hit the subscribe button,
Like it or thumbs
like
down?
it, thumbs up, thumbs down. No, you want
I've
thumbs
seen,
up.
I love romantic comedy, so don't get me wrong on this. And if I like it, I've watched Notting Hill probably 15 times. Love Actually, I probably 15 times. Dash and Lily, all these other romantic comedies, and this one was like, nope, not watching that one again. So
Usually, if I like a romantic comedy, I'll watch it like 2 or 3 times. But I can't imagine 15 times for
yeah,
Notting Hill.
it's a yearly thing.
I tell you what, one of my favorite love stories is not a comedy. It's The Bridges Over Madison County. And that's no comedy there. That's a tearjerker right there. So, all right. So, yes, go down. Tell us what you think. Did you like this movie? Is your score more along the lines with Dane? More along the lines with me? Or higher or lower? I mean, maybe you loved it. Maybe you hated it. So, you let us know. And Dane, You got any tickets you want to cash in right now?
2 tickets to Peace Out!